Hello everyone. Good evening. It's evening from where I am. So good evening from wherever you're watching me. I'm really excited to have you all here. I can see we really have 11 persons joining in live, and I'm excited to have you all here. Welcome, 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 welcome. Um, so I'm going to be sharing my screen so that we can jump right into it. Let me turn on my DND so that I don't get disturbance. Okay, so if you are here, let's just drop a thumbs up. Let's get to introduce ourselves on the comment section so that I can get to know you. I can see Chulu Manko saying hi. Welcome, Chulu. You can just drop in your comments, guys. Just drop in the comments so that I can welcome you all. Because it's going to be quite an exciting one. I'm really excited to have you all here. So please let's just drop our thumbs up. Yes, drop a message. Okay. Oladipo and your life saying hello, welcome, Oladipo. It's so good to have you here. It's so good. Okay, Oye my Manuel is also saying hi. Welcome, Oye my Manuel. Yeah, so glad to have you all here. So glad to have you all here. So yes, today we are going to be starting today's going to be day one of our 3 days where we are going to be building a video streaming platform. From the poll we dropped on the community, a lot of us chose a video streaming platform. So we are going to be building a video streaming platform. As we build along, if you have questions, do well to drop your questions on the chat. I'm going to see your questions and I'm going to do my best to attempt to them to answer them. We're going to be building together. It's not just me. We're going to be learning together. And the beautiful part of everything we're going to be doing here is that we're not just going to be building, but after we are done building, there's going to be we're going to have a live practice, right? So everybody's going to go home and build it on their own, right? So you all will have to build it yourself and come up with something, something unique. We're going to pair you up into groups. So quite a number of persons already submitted their names on the form, and we're going to pair you up into groups. So once again, welcome everybody. Please, if you are just joining, please drop a message on the chat so that we can welcome you, we can see you, and can know you are here. You can also drop a like, and if you've not invited your friend, you can also do that now so they can join us and partake in everything we are going to be doing. Okay, Tochuku Victor, welcome Tochuku Victor. It's so good to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You can keep bringing in your welcome message as we continue. So let's jump right into in Al Hassan. Welcome. I can see the excitement from Al Hassan. Yeah, keep up the spirit. Okay, so this is my own practice. So I'm going to create another folder. I've been doing some practice on my own video streaming. So I'm going to create a folder. We're going to call this video app. Let's call this a video app. And I'm going to close this. So for my VS Code, I'm going to open a new window for my VS Code. I believe we can see my screen and you can hear me. Please, if anything goes wrong during the stream, if you stop hearing me, if you can't see my screen, do not hesitate to drop a message, right? So that I can know what's going on, what's going wrong. So please and please be here. I want everybody to be along. I want everybody to flow with me. So yes, let's see what we can achieve today. So I'm going to open the live streaming app, which is the video app that we just created now. So first of all, right, because this is going to be like a live blue. Okay, we have Nuruddin. Hello, Nuruddin. Welcome you here. So the first thing we're going to do when building an application, right? We have to plan. We have to plan. We want to build a video streaming app, so we have to plan. What are the features we want to build into this application? Of course, when you talk about a video streaming app, the list is endless. We cannot build YouTube in 3 days. I mean, trying to even build YouTube in 3 days is like mission impossible to an extent. You build a very, very buggy application. It's like going to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT build YouTube for me. YouTube is actually going to ChatGPT is actually going to build YouTube supposedly, but when you run that YouTube, you'll be amazed. Yes, we have Bina Bytes Digital. Welcome, Bina Bytes Digital. It's good to have you here. Okay, so we cannot just jump in to start, building. So the first thing that we always want to do when building a project, when working on any project at all, no matter the scale, no matter the size, is to plan. So today we are going to be doing more of the planning, right? More of the sketching out. There are different ways to plan. You can plan using a notepad. You can plan using draw.io. I don't know if any of us know draw.io. Draw.io is a flow chart that helps you draw diagrams, how to map out your systems, and all of that. So it's maybe designing systems. Yeah, this is what we have for draw.io. So you have a lot of diagrams, but I'm not going to be using this today because it's kind of like maybe not very technical, but it's very technical. I want us all to like flow together. I want us all to be connected. So I'm trying to be as basic as possible as I can at the level everybody can understand. So we will just create a plan.md file. MD is a markdown file, so it's like I can just write anything. So we can just say this is the project plan. So the first thing we want to list out is what are the features we want to build, right? So what features do we want to build? Number one, we want to build authentication system. We want to be able to authenticate users because think about it. Why do we want to authenticate users? Because we want each user should be able to upload a video and see basic analytics on his own video, right? So we want maybe user A uploads a video, it goes live on the platform. Every other user should be able to like view the video, watch the video, see what's happening, and he should get analytics. Okay, you've gotten maybe not the kind of YouTube analytics, of course, because building YouTube's analytics has to do with a lot of like logic and all that, and we may not have that much time to go deep into it, but that's why I said some basic analytics. So also, we want that user to be able to manage his videos. So he should be able to manage his videos. And to manage his videos, he needs to have like so on the store where we store the videos, this user in question needs to have like his own specific storage. So now it means that each user would also have, I think, let me make this like a sub list. So like a sub list like this. Each user can manage his own video. Each user has a unique each user has a unique ID. So this unique ID becomes the key that ties every single video. So there needs to be like a unique key to every video. Sorry about the noise. It's already raining Christmas where I am. So sorry about that, please. It's just ignore the noise and let's just flow together. It's already raining Christmas here. Okay, so each user needs to have a unique ID as well. What other feature can we think about why we need authentication system? Let's call this authentication instead of authenticate. So if we can come up with any other thing, we can add it. Please, you can also um so it's always recorded. You can always come back to my Oye my man. You can always come back to the YouTube and watch it. It's going to be saved for life. It's not going anywhere. So you can always come back here to watch it. So yeah, that's it. Also, the second feature we also want to have is a feed. So we want to have a feed so that we can display videos. Like YouTube. We can display videos like YouTube. We also um want to have like display basic data basic data or details about the videos. So for instance, if you look at YouTube, if you go to the oh no, this is sorry about that. So if you go to the homepage of YouTube, you should see some like very basic data about this video, like 51 views 7 days ago, 565 views 1 month ago, like that. So we want to be able to display basic data about each video as well on, for each video. So that's it for the field. We can also come up with other features as we move forward, but let's just leave it like this. Then number three, we want to also have an upload feature. So upload feature is where we can upload videos. We can upload videos. We can manage videos. By managing videos, this means we can edit, we can delete. So if you're uploading videos, we're going to be uploading videos with title, with description, with title, description, category. Let's say we have category. We also want to have let's think about it. What other, we can always come back here, because this, so I wanted the idea of this build is not to do something that is like just crammed up. So I want us all to build together, please. So if you are here, please, you can also drop in the comments what maybe like we're talking about category now. You can drop, sorry, not categories. We're talking about things each video should have. So if I miss any, please, you can drop it in the comments so that when I see it, we can also add it as well. So we can also have category. We can have manage videos, edit, delete, and view. You can view, like view details, right? Then we also want, so this should be upload slash manage, not just upload. It should be upload slash manage. Then we also want to have what other feature do we want to have? What other feature do we want to have? If we have enough time, we are going to add comments. If we have enough time, within 3 days, we're going to add comments. I'm not so sure if we can be able to do that, but let's see how it goes. So users can come. So this should be, instead of comments, it should be interactions. So interactions can be like and comment. Like and comment. So you can comment, you can like, um so we are going to show comments counts, we are going to show like counts also. So these are the basic features we are going to be building. Yes, I think these are the basic features we are going to be building for now, right? Maybe with time we might add any other feature. Now with these features, we're going to be planning the pages, right? So what pages do we need? If you look at an example, the YouTube, from here, this is already the home page. Now this home page has the feed automatically. You see all of the videos here. You can also see here at the top there is this user icon where you can like manage users, authenticated users. So if no user is logged in here, this is going to be an empty user icon where you can click on it and then you can authenticate a user, like log in a user or create a new account. So we are also going to have the same feature. So I think the first page we are going to have is the home page that is going to have our header. So on the header is also going to have a search. So the header is going to have a header, it's going to have a search, it's going to have a nav bar, it's going to have a nav bar. I think these are all the same thing basically. I think header is the same with nav bar. What do we think? Let's just call it search. Nav bar with links, and then these links would be upload or manage. It's going to be manage and number with links, manage and login, because this is going to be like a very very basic streaming platform. Just manage and login. So if you are manage, so this is supposed to be manage or login. So if you are logged in, you see manage. If you're not logged in, you see login, right? That's what we're going to do. And then we can also display, or let's just say manage, login, and user details. user details. So this means we're going to also have the home page, we're going to have the manage page, we're going to have the manage page, we're going to also have the video details page, video, or should I say video details page now, or watch page, right? So watch page, so the watch page is where when users, so for instance, when you come to YouTube now and we click on any of this video, right? So when you click on any of this video, it's going to take us to an expanded view where we see the full page being shown. So basically that's what we're talking about. So we are also going to have a watch page. We are going to have so the manage page, we are going to be able to upload, edit, view details, and what else can we do here? What else can we do? I think this will be all. Then watch page, then yes, login page. We're also going to have login page, or let's call this auth page because it's going to be both login and sign up in one, right? So they're going to be like, it's going to be a two-in-one page. Sign up, yes, let's do this. So these are the four pages we are going to have. So we have the features, four features, four pages. Now, how do we want the whole application to work? What is like the basic flow? What is the basic flow of this application, right? Where do users start their journey? So the flow is like user journey, right? User journey. Now, so this is, so when you start planning a project like this, it kind of gives you an idea of what to expect when you're working on your project, right? Because you already have your user journey laid out. You know where the user starts, you know the midpoint. So, for instance, we're going to ask ourselves, okay, so the first user journey we're going to be thinking about is user visits app for the first time. What happens, right? Do we ask the user to log in when the user tries to visit the home page? Do we take the user straight to the home page, or do we take the user straight to the login page, right? What do we want to do? So for an application like this, considering the fact that like YouTube, if you visit YouTube page for the first time, um you don't have to log in, right? If you try to use a YouTube account, maybe you're not logged into your YouTube, you're like visiting it for the first time entirely, it would not require you to log in. It will just take you straight to the YouTube's homepage. So that's the same thing we're also going to do, but this time around you are visiting YouTube as an unauthenticated user. That's the idea. So you see, so that, let's use an arrow to indicate this. So you would see the so you are going to go to home page. Let's add okay, I thought this is going to make this, it's not okay. So you're going to go to the home page. Let's do this. You're going to go to the home page. Let's make add an hash here to indicate that this is a page. You're going to go to the home page, but as an on how do you spell unauthenticated again? Unauthenticated user. Yes, so you're going to go to see as an unauthenticated user, and then you're going to see actions. So the actions that we're going to be asking of you is login. You can log in, and yeah, you can log in. That's just the action. So you can log in, you can watch videos. So now another thing we also need to think about is what happens when an unauthenticated user tries to watch a video for another user's video. Please, I would like us to answer because I mean I want us to make this interactive. So okay, for instance, you are a user on the platform. We don't have a UI designer. We're going to use YouTube. We don't need a UI designer. We're going to use YouTube. But when we split ourselves into group for the when we start working on our project, how do I say it now? We can all as a friend, you can come up with you can bring him on board, you can do a UI design for you to work on. But for this, we can use YouTube. So I'm asking a question, like back to my question, please. I'll need answer. What happens when a user who is not logged in, like the user has not logged in at all? What happens when he tries to watch a video? Do we count it as a unique watch? Do we record it? So I've uploaded the user B visits the page, but user B is not logged in. Should we it as a watch? What do we do? Please, I need answers. I need answers. It's time to, let's drop answers. Drop answers. What do you think? Do we count it as, okay, this person watched the video? Should we increase it to the analytics count? Nobody's saying something. Please, now you guys should say something. So that, I mean, let's make this engaging. Let's all participate in this. We don't count him. Okay, somebody says we don't count him. Okay, we don't count him. So are you now saying, okay, the person has watched a video for 2 hours, 2 hours wasted and gone? Wow, that's not fair. Now think about it. It's not fair. But I think ideally, right, for a platform like that, what we are supposed to do, we if we are building a real platform, we may not build that into this system, but for a platform that is going to be like an ideal platform, what we are supposed to do is that we're supposed to have a unique tracker, right? That unique tracker is supposed to be tied to every device. So this is just me thinking, right? I don't know how YouTube, I've not really searched out how YouTube handle their unique watch hour, like as per accounts that are logged in and accounts that are not logged in. But if you ask me, I'm going to say we would add a unique tracker to each device. Every device has a unique tracker. It could be the device ID, it could be the device IP. But the downside, yeah, I was about to say device IP, yeah. But using IP address has a downside, because if I'm using a Wi-Fi, my IP address is going to be changing every single time. So if you use IP address, you're going to miss that count. That count is no longer going to be unique. But there are certain features, or there are certain values that are always constant, that they really don't change. Values like device ID does not change. Value like device IMEI. Device IMEI does not change. It is entirely unique to that device, any day, anytime. I think those are the two values I can actually think about at the moment. I cannot think about any other unique value, but I think there should be other unique value to device, and using that we can track, right? So we can track it. But what we can now do is that we can add it as a policy, right? That if a user who is not logged in watches your video, maybe he watches a video for 2 hours, instead of us giving you 2 hours for unique watch hour, we can say, okay, because this user does not have an account, so we're going to split it into two and award you 1 hour. I mean, we can also do something like that. You never can tell. YouTube might be doing that. I mean, let's even check. Let's check now. What stops us from researching YouTube watch hour, right? YouTube watch hour policy. So how do YouTube count their watch hour? No, 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 no. How does YouTube watch hour, especially for users not logged in? Not logged in. YouTube counts watch hours by tracking the cumulative time of viewers spent watching a public video, regardless of whether they are logged in into it. Okay. So I mean, okay, so we can now see. So YouTube actually doesn't care. You are logged in or you are not logged in. It's counted as watch hour. Well, that's YouTube. Me, if I'm building a platform like that, I'm going to tell you we're not going to give you the full watch hour. We're going to split it into two. We're not going to just give you the watch hour like that. But yeah, let's continue. So he can log in, he can watch videos, but he cannot engage. So we he cannot interact, right? Like comments, likes. Let's also ask, can unauthenticated users like and comment on a YouTube video? No, we are right. Yes, we are right. So we're also going to do the same thing. So he cannot like, he cannot comment, like he cannot interact, right? Unless he logs in. Because if you like and you comment, who do we tie the like and comments to, right? Who do we say liked this video? Who do we say commented on this video? Another thing we're also supposed to add is subscribe. I mean, we should also add subscribe. But I feel like we're already building a full-blown YouTube channel. But well, let's see how it goes. Remember, we said this is tentative. Let me add it here so that nobody will say. but we're supposed to build this. This is completely tentative. So if we have enough time, we're going to work on this. If we don't, we're going to skip it. Next flow two. So yeah, so I think user visits app for the first time. But as long as he can log in, he can watch video, he cannot interact like or comment or subscribe. What other action do we want users to perform? I think these are the only actions we want him to perform. For now, let's add this as a disclaimer, right? Let's add a disclaimer. We are not tracking watch hour for unauthenticated users. Are not tracking watch hours for on it. So if a user is not logged in, that watch hour is gone, is wasted. We're not going to track it. We're not going to count it as part of the authentication system. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, let's continue. So what happens when a user now logs in, right? When a user logs in, so we already know what happens. He goes to the home page. He goes to the home page. He goes to the home page and no, this is supposed to be for actions, not page. So box square brackets is for action. So the actions that he sees are: number one, he can log out; number two, he can watch videos; number three, he can interact, like he can subscribe, he can comment, and then his watch time is tracked. Now, tracking users' watch time is going to be another very interesting part. I'm still thinking there are different ways we can actually track analytics for users' watch time. We can use the local storage, we can use the session storage. We can also kind of like use a local state counter. I mean, there are like different ways to do it, but I mean, I'm just thinking about it in my head now. Let's get there. When we get there, we're going to find our way around it. Then number three, what happens when the user wants to watch a video? Okay, I think we've already done this, right? So okay, watch a video. Yes, let's do watch a video. So if the user is logged in, he can watch, and that is all. No tracking is applied. If the user is not okay, no, this is supposed to be not logged in. If the user is logged in, um he can watch, and interact, and his interactions and watch are tracked and recorded on the system. They are tracked and recorded on the system. So these are what happens when a user watches a video. Then number four, when the user interacts on a video, right? So instead of us to like break it down and talk about like, comment, watch, let's just use interact. So interact, um let's, I think for watch, right? For watch, let's also add watch time is tracked per 5 minutes. So the way we can track watch time. Okay, has it been decided which color palette would we be using, or is it still? You said we'll be using YouTube. Okay. For now, like I said, for this masterclass, we're going to be using YouTube. But for the actual project itself, we are going to switch over. It's going to be completely left to each. So we're going to group ourselves into team. When we group ourselves into team, so you can come up with any UI. I mean, you can spice it up. You can do something like TikTok. You can do something like Instagram reuse. But the core idea make it like a video streaming platform, whichever way you want to come up with it. But just to make things easy, right? For these 3 days, for today, tomorrow, and on Friday, we're just going to be using YouTube for now. So just let's just permit it to be that way. Right? Is that fine, guys? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So for the watch time, right? I wanted to explain something. For watch time, there are two ways we can, or I mean, there are even multiple ways. Let me not say two ways. There are a lot of ways we can track it. But what I'm thinking about watch time is we can track watch time every 5 minutes. We can track watch time every 1 minute. We can track it every 30 seconds, depending on how we want to track it. So what happens is every 30 seconds we run a check. Is the user still on this video? So when the user start watching the video, when users start watching the video, like I said, sorry about the noise from my background. It's already raining Christmas here. Permit me for that. So when the users start watching the video, what we can do, the first thing we can do is that we can create has started watching. So let me show you example of watch tracking analytics, right? So when user, so we can do something like a has started watching, and then this has started watching is going to take is going to take the is going to take the video ID, is going to take the start time. The start time is going to be like the real time, right? And then it's going to take the user ID, right? And then what else? It's going to take video ID, start time. um this should be start time, and it's also going to take yes, like I said, we are going to take device. Oh no, no need for device ID. Let's leave device ID. We're already taking user ID here, so let's just stick with user ID. Then what we are now going to do is we're going to check, we're going to first of all check if we're going to run a check if user I no, no, no. So we are going to have a, first of all, we're going to have a database, right? So we're going to run it. We're going to fetch the watch record from the DB. So we're going to do something like db dot fetch, whatever the logic is going to be, db dot fetch video ID, fetch watch record. Let's say this is, we're trying to fetch watch record, right? So this is call to fetch video watch record. So we're going to do this, and then now on this watch record, this watch record is most likely going to be, think about the structure like an array of objects that is going to have like video ID. It's going to have video ID, it's going to have user ID, and then other analytics. So here now we are going to, maybe we're going to, first of all, we're going to run a watch record slash filter, right, to get the, and then we can say watch, and then we can do something like watch dot user ID equal to user ID. So this way we're going to check, is there any user ID in this watch record. So we're going to say const equal to, oh okay, no, 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 you know what, instead of just using user ID, we're going to use, instead of just checking the user ID only, we're going to check the user ID and the video ID. So the reason why we are doing this is to check, has this user watched, does this user have any record of this watched video before, and has he watched this particular video in question? That's what we're trying to do. So if we get this and then it returns a watched, we're going to skip this, right? So automatically the user has watched the video, so we cannot count it anymore. So we're going to say if has not watched, then here we can now track watch time, and then we can now by recording the start time. So now we can now have another method that says track video. So basically what we are doing is just put your room in the ending. This is really cracking me. Put your room in the ending mode. Sorry guys, Sorry, I wish I can put my room in D&D mode, but I can't put my room in D&D mode. I'm not I'm not in Lagos. I'm in Abuja actually. I'm in Abuja. Okay, so track so we can now have another track video method, and then this track video method. So I was about to say something. So basically this is how you plan projects, right? Before you start building, you just start thinking out the whole logic. Okay, how is this going to work? How is this going to connect? I mean, the whole point connecting A, point B, point C. Okay, what happens when we get to this point? What happens when we get to that point? And all of that. So when you can think about how every point connects with each other, you can start making sense of the whole logic. That's basically how we work. So now the next thing we are going to now think about, okay, the track video. Now we're also going to still take all of this data, right? All of these inputs, and then we can use them, and then we can now, so we'll still run this same. So this time around we're not, we're still going to fetch the watch record. Now on this watch record, another thing we're also going to have is the started watching flag, right? Started watching at This started watching at is going to be a timestamp, or a date time. And I didn't want to announce this, but I mean, you guys can see this is one of the painful part of being a Nigerian. I know this is an excuse that shouldn't even make sense, but I promise it's really not something that I didn't walk around. I mean, I there's lights in my place, but I left my place because there's bad network in my place, and then I'm at a friend's place. There's network at a friend's place, but there's no light at my friend's place, and my power is low, so I really don't know what to do. But let's just keep going and let's see how it goes. Hopefully, something happens, and then along the line power comes back up. But if we don't get light along the line, I'm sorry, we might just have to. But I mean, I'm not going to say come to Ghana. I wish I can come to Ghana. I wish I can come to Ghana, but let's see. I'm hoping and I'm trusting that a miracle is going to happen before my system runs out. That's why I've not even mentioned it up until this time. So fingers crossed. Let's just keep going until this thing gets to like 2%, and then let's continue going. So now, when you want to video, now what you do to track a video is, you to track video, we have to now call. So first of all, we get the watch record. Remember, we already said that we have the started watching at. We are now going to do this same watch record filtering again. Now this time around, we want the watch record, right? Now we're not trying to see, okay, has this user watched this video before? Because now we're not trying to, it's not starting, the user has started watching, is in progress. So we want the watch record. And this time around, we're going to say, if there is no watch record, right? If there's no watch record, something is already wrong. We know that something is already wrong. So if there's no watch record, we want to return. I mean, there's nothing we can track if there's no watch record. We cannot improve or increase the timer if there's no watch record. Else, if there's a watch record, we can now, do something like db dot update update watch record, and then on the db update watch record, we can now say present watch time, right? Present watch time, and then we add the present watch time. So basically, we're not actually tracking the minutes the user has watched. We're not going to do that. The reason we're not going to do that, because think about it, this is a real-time system. At different points, different users are going to be watching the videos. Text, I'm not very visible. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Somebody's complaining about the size. Let me increase the size. I think this is like, it's very, very visible enough now, right? Let me increase it again. This is legible enough now, right? Sorry about that. So we can now increase the size to this. Yeah, so now we're going to be tracking watch time, right? Present watch time. And so what we are going to be increasing on every track video is the present watch time. Then we're also now going to have a cons. we're going to have ended video. So the ended video is going to be called at the end of if we yeah, I don't think that is how do we track that now? How do we track that? How do we track that? Okay, you know what? Let's leave this whole tracking thing. I mean, we've talked a lot about tracking. It feels like I'm excited about the tracking analytics because I kind of like the logic around it. Let's now think about how to structure our application. So we've planned a lot. Like I mean, we already have like over 71 lines of planning. Planning never really ends. You keep planning as you go. But another level of planning, something I want us to also do before my battery goes off. This is 7%. So quickly, let's plan the project structure. So the first project structure we want to have is pages. To have JS. Now, how many of us know of Vite? We can also another option we can use. Another option that we can also use is Vite. Let's see one of the things that Vite has to offer us. Vite, there's a Vite build that we can also use. And the reason why we can use Vite is because it is optimized. See, it gives us out of the box support for TypeScript, JSX, CSS, and more. Pre-configured roll-up build with multi-page and library mode support. So you don't have to worry about a lot of things like um first class SSR support. You don't have to worry about bundling, build up, and all of those stuff. Let's see. Okay, before we before we continue, I want us to can we do a poll? Can we do a poll? Can we do a poll? Let me see. We should be able to do a poll. Um Okay, should we use like plain vanilla JS setup like we are already using, or should we use Vite? I would like to get our feedback on that. We can use Vite. Like, I mean, with Vite, we don't need to do any setup. Everything is just like set up already for us. npm, like everything is just basically ready. You don't need to start building your okay. Let's use Vite, right? Okay, awesome. I like that. Somebody says let's use Vite. So let's just uh I mean, let's drop in let's drop in more comments. Let's drop in more comments, please. Drop in more comments because we're still going to be using vanilla JS, right? But the benefit with Vite is that we don't have to do so much of the setup. I mean, for me, I'm going to choose Vite. But if you guys want us to use, okay, two people are already going with Vite, so Vite it is. Three people, Vite it is. I can't fight. You guys win. Okay, so let me see. Where is the? I used to forget. I used to forget the Vite command to start up a project. Okay, so I want vanilla JavaScript. No, no, this is not what I want. Give me. Okay, npm creates Vite later. So let me open my terminal. So since we're using Vite, let me close this port. Since we're using Vite, I'm going to delete this guy, and I'm also going to delete this guy, and I'm going to run this, and then yes, npx create Vite. Let's call this video app vanilla JavaScript. Use roll down Vite experimental. No, let's not go with anything experimental. Yes, let's start with npm. So it's going to scaffold a project for us. Um, so we already have this. So I mean, this is the benefits of Vite. Notice that we already have a package.json. We don't have to start doing npm install to do all of the what they call it now, to do all of the let me reduce this a little, to do all of the like npm installation and setup. It's already set up for us on Vite. Then it comes with like your pre-built node modules. It comes with your public. So public is where we can add all of our images. Then we have our src, then we have our index. I mean, so now what we can now do is that combined with our index, we can now create a pages folder where all of our pages are going to live. Then we also have our SRC, where our main, our like everything of our logic lives. So basically, the SRC is where the application runs. Now, the beautiful thing, one of the beautiful things I love about Vite so much is the fact that you don't have to start managing your, running localhost 5,000 with live server. I mean, we just have a page where we can view whatever we are working on, and we can route to any page. I mean, it's just so beautiful. That's the beauty of it. And so this is it. So this is where it's delivering our main dots. This is the app. It just plugs into the app. So basically, this is just what React and every other template does, basically. And then all the other logic is happening here. It calls the app, then it passes in the inner.html. So now another thing we also want to do, so there's the counter.js. We don't need counter.js. Let's just reset this. We need main.js. We don't need style.css. Let's now research how can we use Tailwind with Vite. How can we use Tailwind with Vite? Let's go to Tailwind website itself. So we're going to use Tailwind. It's just going to make our life so easy. How many of us are familiar with Tailwind? How many of us are not? Let me see. Because Vite is very vital for various future vitamins needed for the app. You have to structure your folders better. Plus, that stuff. I thought Vite only work with frameworks. Oh. Yeah, no, Vi doesn't only work with frameworks. No, it works, it's broad. It works across, um like you can use it with vanilla JS and other frameworks. That's one of the things that Vite helps us do. Not just framework only. So tomorrow, guys, hopefully, I would have loved to make a promise, but I'm scared of making this promise, because if I make this promise, network can just choose to slay me tomorrow. I'm about to say tomorrow I'm going to be at my place, so I'm going to be able to use my external monitor and my laptop, because I wish I could like just be seeing the comments with my monitor while I'm working on my laptop. It would have been a lot more better, so I don't have to start switching screens, because when I switch screen, I'm no longer seeing the comments that you guys are commenting. It kind of like I'm losing out of the fun happening here in the comment section. But yeah, Tailwind, how can we set up Tailwind with Vite? So I think this may be the last thing we will do for today. Oh, sense. Oh Lord. Oh Jesus, my battery is 3%. I feel like crying. I'm crying already. Hey guys, we've come to the point. My laptop is going to be going off anytime soon. It's already at 3%, and I cannot hold on so much. I really wish I could. I really wish I could hold on. But at this point, I just have to say goodbye. Tomorrow, I'm going to come prepared. Nothing is going to stop me. Tomorrow, I'm definitely going to come prepared. Full battery. But the problem now is power. There's barely light at my friend's place, but there's network at my friend's place. Like you see, we had uninterrupted network today. If he was at my place, Jesus, you'll be saying, you'll be hearing me say hello. This whole thing will be cracking, but I don't know what we are going to do. I don't know what we are going to do. I don't know what we are going to do. I don't know what we are going to do. I don't know how we are going to do it. Well, let's see. Tomorrow, I'm definitely going to look for a perfect solution. My laptop is about to go off now, so thank you all for joining. Like before I forget to say, please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Don't go without giving me a subscription, a subscribe. I'm presently doing 100 days of growth challenge on my channel. Go through all the videos on my channel, watch them. I want your feedback. I want your comments. I want your likes. Turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post video for the next 100 days. I started this on the 18th of November, and it's been an awesome ride. Today is also, a big day for me, having my first LinkedIn live event, and then I have you guys joining. I mean, this really means a lot to me. It means so much to me. I'm really grateful to have you guys joining in. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful that you all joined in for today's live. I'm sorry this has to happen, and This class is supposed to run till 6:30 p.m. I'm supposed to be building till 6:30 p.m. But notwithstanding, it won't stop us. Tomorrow we're just going to go full speed into building. We've already installed Vite. So tomorrow we'll just start building. We'll be building and planning by the side. And then I'll try to see how I can get my monitor tomorrow so that it's not going to affect it's not going to affect me switching between my screen and my live video. So I'll be going off at this point. Thank you all. Like I said, don't forget to like this video if you've not liked it, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and also check out also other video on my YouTube channel. I just started not long ago. So yeah, thank you all and bye. I'll be checking out now. Peace out.